How are you?
Good, thanks.
Thank you so much for coming here to help me out today. I have this scheduled to run for approximately 60 minutes. Hopefully,
Okay.
we'll be done a bit before then. So, just before we start with anything, I'll explain the setup, what we're looking to achieve, and how the setup works.
Cool.
So, what we're looking to do today is to conduct some customer research on two websites, airlines. So, we're looking at Aer Lingus and Delta.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is identify any potential issues that could be improved upon so we can make the website easier, more efficient to use.
Cool.
So in order to do that, I've asked people like you, experienced in booking flights, um, to come and help because you might be able to offer some guidance on how to improve. So not necessarily looking for any factors, but just through naturally using it, we might identify some things that we can improve in both airlines. So before we begin, I'm just going to just do a quick introduction to yourself,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
So, Aideen, where are you living at the moment?
I'm living in Galway,
In the city or?
country, a little place called Carlistran.
Okay, grand, a little bit out, peaceful. And are you working at the moment?
Yeah, I'm a tech writer.
Okay, very good. And so you did use the internet probably for work as well then?
Yeah.
And personally, how would you normally access the internet, say, outside of work?
So I normally access for like internet on my mobile. It's kind of taken over from my laptop. Because it's just handy, and I think the apps are getting better and more responsive. So I tend to use the mobile. That's my number one method for going on the internet.
And you mentioned the apps are getting better. Do you tend to go into a browser and find a website, or do you have specific website apps you normally go to?
I suppose like that I'd go to a website, but if it's something like even now like the Ryanair app, because I book flights with Ryanair mostly, I
Hmm.
book them in the app now, all through the app.
Okay. All right. Very good. And what about for work then? Oh, actually, sorry, you mentioned laptop and phone. What kind of devices do you use? What type of laptop and phone do you have?
So for work, I have a Dell laptop, um, and an external monitor. I need two monitors for work, and then at home I have a MacBook. Um, so I suppose that's my outside work. Computer is my MacBook.
Okay. And what type of phone do you use to answer the phone?
It's Apple. It's an iPhone.
Okay.
Not a
So
very new one, but
okay, loyal to the brand though, huh? And then I suppose I'm back to where the travel element that we're here for today. You mentioned you would tend to book through Ryanair. Um, can you remember the last time you were booking flights?
yeah, it actually wasn't with Ryanair. It was with Aer Lingus. But that was because I wanted to book flights to Bilbao for my mum for
Oh,
Christmas.
lovely.
So we're going in January, and Ryanair don't fly to Bilbao. The closest they fly to is Santander, I think, which isn't too far away from Bilbao. But the days weren't suiting. Like we had to book from Wednesday to Sunday, say, and
Okay.
that was way too long. Whereas Aer Lingus let me book from Friday to Sunday, which is
Right.
perfect because I didn't want to book too much time off work.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just a nice, we're flying out early Friday morning and we're back Sunday lunchtime.
Okay.
So it's great. 2 hour
So
flight.
your kind of times and dates are important to you, flexibility or when you can travel.
Yeah, like normally in that situation, I was kind of hemmed into a weekend, and that weekend because my partner is a chef and he doesn't get many weekends off, and he was like, okay, this weekend I can get it off because it's not so busy. It's January, so I was kind of hemmed into that weekend. But otherwise, say I'll be booking flights, for holidays, I'll always try and find the cheapest. So I'll play around with dates quite a
Mm.
lot.
And who would you do most of your traveling with, on your own or with others?
Um, could be myself and my partner, or else it's myself, my partner, and our two kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Very good. What age are your kids?
7 and 5.
All right. Okay. Very good. That's great. So I suppose a little bit of insight into your traveling. So we might just get into the actual usability testing
Yep.
in itself. So just to briefly go through the setup here today, what we'll be doing. So I'll be asking you questions and walking you through the test, and I'll be taking notes occasionally here on the side. We do have a camera turned on the laptop in front of you,
Okay.
and a microphone to record what you do and say as you're not. website on the laptop. It's just locked up there, so I'll just unlock it for you.
Great,
One
thanks.
second. Nope, I'm not saying password out loud. Okay, so it's recording both you visually through the camera, your audio. Sorry, now you have to wear the headset.
That's okay.
The mic ain't working at the moment. And it will also record your on-screen navigation, so you moving around the website. The session will be divided into two parts. So first, we're going to bring you through one airline. We'll do Aer Lingus, and then secondly, we'll do Delta. So we're going to ask you to perform a few, hopefully straightforward tasks, and repeat them on both. So a few things to keep in mind, just to help it run smoother. This session is called a usability test, but it's important you know it's not us testing you, it's to help us look at the website.
Okay.
If there's any problems that occur along the way, it's the software, it's the website, it's not you, so don't worry about it. The more we can uncover, even, we're not looking to find issues, but the more we come across, that's not a bad thing, it just is helping us focus on
Okay.
common usability issues that people like yourself would experience. And secondly, it's hard to capture your thoughts unless we hear them. So be as honest as possible, and as you're moving through, try to talk through what you see, what you're doing, what you're thinking,
Okay.
any observations that you make, and just think out loud. You won't hurt anyone's feelings. We're just looking to understand the design of it. So as you move around, just give us a picture of the issues that you encounter. So let's say you're about to take an action, you're about to click something, just say, Anna, I'm going to click on here because I think I need to do this to move on to the next page. Or if you're not clicking on something and you're just reading something or looking, just say, Anna, I'm just reading this here because it seems to need me to, or it feels important. Is that okay so far?
Perfect.
Okay. So this is not you shut off on your own here. Feel free to ask any questions as you move around. It's helpful in that kind of us understand your thoughts. It may feel a bit foreign thinking out loud, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
We can make it collaborative as well, and we just want to keep the test as realistic as possible.
Cool.
So sometimes if you're asking a question, it might just let you figure out your own thoughts and might respond. It's just to keep the test focused on you using the website.
Great.
So before I give you some details on the task itself, any questions?
No, it's pretty clear. Thanks.
Okay, so let's just paint a picture here.
Okay.
So for the purpose of this, your task is that you live in Galway. It's easy to imagine.
Great.
And you want to book, we're coming up to Christmas, you want to book a last minute trip to New York for New Year's with your partner.
Okay.
So you're trying to leave the kids at home.
Great. I love it.
Trying to get a cheap flight from Dublin.
Great.
And JFK is your preference for easier getting into the city, but you're also happy to pick Newark. You've done both trips before, so we're familiar with them. You're on leave for Christmas anyways, from the 24th of December until January the 5th.
Okay.
You want to stay a maximum of 5 nights. The most important thing is that you're there on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And you definitely don't want to travel home on New Year's Day.
Okay, very important.
So, just to recap there, we want you to ensure you arrive by the 30th. So we want you to get in before New Year's. So arrive by the 30th, including it, and stay until the 2nd at least. The maximum of 5 nights. You don't mind taking it shorter.
Okay.
2 or 3 nights. You would like to sit beside your partner. And find out if there's a cost for having one bag checked in.
Okay. Do I want a bag checked in, or?
Yeah, so ideally you'll have one bag checked in as part of it. So you want to just look at your prices for that. That's what we're looking for today, including one bag checked in. So just one of you needs that.
Okay, cool.
So if you're happy to commence, we'll open up the Aer Lingus website. You're on it now, so off you go.
Okay, so this is the Aer Lingus homepage. It's kind of like there's a planning trip here in the middle, kind of a bit small. Like the focus is on this huge photo, and it's changing every now and again. So it's slightly distracting, and it kind of takes your focus slightly away from it. There's some tooltips here because it's just a giant ad, fares to Ireland from $419, but I don't want to go to Ireland. Um,
Yeah.
and I notice up here it has please confirm your home country and preferred origin airport, and it's defaulted United States Boston. And it's United States English, and it's asking me to confirm.
What are you thinking about that?
I'm thinking that's why it's giving me an ad for that's saying fares to Europe from $419, that it
Okay.
somehow thinks I'm in America.
Hmm.
So it's tailored ads to me. So I don't know, even though it's saying it's pre-populated with Dublin here. So I don't think I need to click on this. Um,
Or change it.
yeah, I don't think so. So I'm just going to go straight to the plan trip. So there's
Okay.
like plan trip groups, manage trip check-in, flight info. And this is kind of slightly darker than these guys, and it's attached to the from and the to. So this is obviously where we start maybe, and maybe then like I don't really. Obviously, they could become more pertinent later on after I've booked, but I don't really need them now. So
Okay.
um, it's already pre-populated with Dublin, so I will leave it there. And when I click in it, it gives me the option to go to other countries. So I could click Germany or something, or I'd click another country if I wanted to, and get the cities. The cities will come up here. But Dublin is already there, so I leave it there, and then I will type over Bristol. So I'm typing in new, and I'll go York again because there's different options. So got Albany, Buffalo, New York JFK, New York all airports, NYC. So I'm going to go New York all airports, um, just see if I can get JFK and Newark in there. So I'm going to select that.
And just there, when you picked New York to begin with, it brought you up the country option,
hmm
but you selected to type in. Is that just naturally, or did you have to think about that decision?
Um, yeah, I suppose for me, because I type at work and I kind of type fast, I think I can type faster than it takes me to click on a menu and scroll down. So that's basically why I'd always type. Um,
Okay.
so here we've got return trip. That's selected for me. So in the calendar then, so I click on the calendar, and it's defaulted the 20th of December going out, which is tomorrow, coming back the 22nd. I don't know why it's defaulted to that, but I'm gonna I'm gonna use the arrow. So it has a little tooltip there, next. So just in case it wasn't clear, the arrow means next.
And what are you looking for in the arrow?
Um, no, I'm just gonna click on it, but I just hovered it over there, and it confirmed that it was next.
Okay.
So I've actually forgotten the date, so I need to go back. And so we're going out on the 30th and back on the, we'll say one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, we'll come back on the Thursday. Um, so that's grand. So passengers, I'm gonna click for passengers here because I don't see an ad here. I'll just click on it. And it's got adults, young adults, children, infants, and then a group booking option for 7 to 25 people, which I'm not doing that. And thankfully, there's no kids or young adults coming. It's just myself and my partner. So I'm going to click add. And I don't see an X or a way to get out of this. So maybe I'll just click. If I click outside it disappears. So that's fine. I don't have a promotional code, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go find flights. So it is loading. Give me one moment, please. An exclamation point. Um, okay, so here I've got Dublin to New York, all airports.
Mhm.
and I it's telling me here in quite small letters. So this is to JFK,
Mm.
and JFK is very easy to know it's JFK. And then here, I guess is Newark, but I'm not entirely sure. It's EWR. Like I don't know the codes for all the airports, so I'm just maybe going to click flight details. And yeah, it is. It's Dublin to Newark.
Okay.
So that's cool. And then there's a little, so I can X out of this. That's fine. Um, yeah, it's same information. Leaving Dublin at 1 o'clock, arriving in Newark at 4 o'clock. Okay, so I'm just gonna X out of that. So um, the cheapest is Dublin to JFK, so that's cool, and that's where I want to go. Uh, time is perfect. Arriving, around lunchtime. So I'm gonna click on economy.
If we look at the what you see on the economy there, what observations would you make around what that's telling you?
Um, so I see it's in economy from this amount and then three fares left. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, there's not many fares left there, so um, I'd be feeling maybe a bit under pressure to book.
Okay.
Um,
And is that um, per seat, do you think?
I think it's per seat, but we're gonna find out. So I've got two options. Am I clicking into it? So I've got smart, best value. The best value is in red. So with that, I get a 10K cabin bag and I got a 23K checked bag,
Okay.
which is great. Then there's a flex one, which is an extra €90, and I don't really see much difference. It's not really explaining. Like to me, flex maybe means I can modify the booking slightly,
Hmm.
but it's not telling me
Can you
that.
distinguish what the difference is apart from the price?
Um, No, we've got Common Bag, Check Bag, Collect Avios. I don't know what that is. Earn tier credits. Again, I don't really know what that is. Advanced seat selection, complimentary meal. Okay, yeah, there's free changes and refunds here, but I had to really go down before I found that it was one, two, three, four, five, six. It was the sixth
Okay.
um, element in that list.
Mm.
So that's the difference, yeah. So you get
Okay.
everything the same except, yeah, you can free change and refund. Um, which I guess for an extra 90, like to get a refund isn't bad. Um,
Mm.
like I'd rarely, I wouldn't have seen kind of a refund before. I'd have seen maybe, you can change, you can have a free change, but
Mm.
a refund is quite interesting. And I wonder about the terms and conditions of the refunds. But it's interesting to see that.
Yeah.
And then it's telling me about the meal as well. So if I want to, there's a little question mark. So only available on the transatlantic part of this trip. That doesn't really make sense to me because it's all transatlantic to me. So I'm not quite sure
Maybe they just don't
why.
feed you when you're flying over Ireland.
Okay, I suppose. And then you get your headphones and your blanket, and there's a little question mark there as well. And again, it's only available on the transatlantic part of this trip.
Hmm.
So I don't know. That's a bit confusing as to when you actually get the items. Um, so that's good. I'm gonna click smart. Yeah, and okay. So it's shortened the little menu for me here, and I see that it was 533 per person because now it's saying €1,067 and 52 cents. So that's okay. So then the return, um, so there's I now know this is Newark, and that's 540. That's plus 1 day. So they're all overnight flights. Um,
What are you thinking?
um, I'm thinking, do I want to go this late? Like, I'm thinking I'm not mad about flying through the night, but I don't really have an option. Maybe if I go to another day, maybe. No, they all. I'll just double check for when. I'll just have a look to see for other days, see if that's the only option to fly through the night.
Yeah, will they all bring you in then the +1 day?
Yeah, they all seem to. I will just check Saturday just to see at the weekend if there's any change, but I don't think there is going to be. No, so they're all bringing me overnight flight, which just it just doesn't look very comfortable, but um, that's the way it is. So um, there's a bit of a price difference here, the Wednesday to the Thursday. So it's €50 each for an extra night.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of thinking, oh, do I want to stay for an extra night? Because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and back on the Wednesday. I think I'll come back on the Wednesday, um, just to save a bit of money, and I get my 3 nights there, so I think I'm happy with that.
Mhm.
So I'm going to just click on the Wednesday. So that's nice the way I have that option, and it seems to be pretty straightforward. I can go between the days. Like there's an arrow here, so I could, if I wanted to go, and it's telling me the arrow is telling me show flight availability for the next 7 days.
Hmm.
So I like that. That's pretty straightforward. And this is a nice. It's it's not cluttered like that first screen. There was the big ad and there was kind of distractions, whereas this is nice, um, simple, uncluttered, and seems to be pretty straightforward to use.
You're saying it was distracting the last screen as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Um. So there's
So
my
this
yeah.
top bar, just on the dates that you
Hmm.
mentioned. So in an occasion like this where you are cruising, um, you're not tied to particular dates.
Hmm.
Um, it's nice to have that option to scroll left and right. And you mentioned that you can see without even clicking on it, it gives you the highlight like
Yeah,
prices from. So without even clicking in, you get a feel of
yeah,
if it's worth it. So
yeah. So I
that's
like
something
that.
you noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with JFK. It's actually the cheapest. So I'm gonna go. If it's an overnight flight, it's an overnight flight.
Mm.
So like we'll leave at 9:10, and we'll come back at 8:25 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's giving me the Smart or the Flex. I'm gonna go Smart.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling me there's 5 fares left for Smart, 5 for Flex. So again, I'm thinking, because after this I'm going to go on Delta, but I'll be thinking in the back of my head, oh, how many people now are logging on,
Yeah.
and maybe those fares will be gone. And I'm going to click it, and again, it's compacted to that nice. I'm going out on Sunday, the 30th of December, and it's that the price is the big thing, which is kind of interesting to me because first of all, it's the price,
Mm.
and it's bigger and it's bolder. So going out, it's costing me €1,067. Coming back then 3 days later is 981.36. And then I have the +1 day to let me know it's the next day. So then it's about your fare, taxes, fees, and charges. Seems to be a bit of like terms and conditions there. Um, it says prices include, so that's fine. Charges are as follows. That's fine. If it's included, that's fine. Charges as follows. Price includes the fares. Okay. I don't really care about that, but I guess maybe they have to say, maybe legally they have to include that.
Mm.
Here we go. The price guarantee, availability or price is not guaranteed until you receive a booking confirmation. Okay.
Okay.
So that again kind of makes me feel, oh, you know, those 5 seats could be gone, but
Mm.
baggage notice, there's some restrictions, charges. You applied for checked bags. Okay, that's, yeah. Don't really think that's applicable to me. And for flights to and from Canada and the US, you may cancel the ticket reservation without penalty and receive a full refund provided that you cancel the reservation within 24 hours of making it. Okay, that's interesting. Um, I don't know if that's included in my super fare, um, because I saw in the flex that it included refunds.
Mm.
So it's quite good. I like it if that's applicable to all the flights. Um,
But by it applying in the flexi, it cast doubt over the other that it didn't state it. Was that?
yeah, it's kind of like, does this apply? It's saying for flights to from USA, Canada, which I guess includes all of them, but it's not totally clear to me.
Okay.
Um, okay, so I'm going to click continue, and it's one moment, please, loading. So it's just before it's loaded, it's popped the total up here. So it's 2048.88. Um, little green arrow next to it. I'm going to click it, and then it's just telling me. So it's telling me the flight time, where it's going to JFK, and then coming back. Uh, adult one, and it's got an arrow here, and there's 0 euros next to it. So I'm just going to click on that, but I can't click on it. And
What do you think the €0
I
means?
don't know. It's not clear. I actually I don't know.
Okay.
It's telling me this amount is due, 2048 euro 88. If paid by credit card, it's the same. If paid by debit card, it's the same. So okay. So I'll just close that down. So passenger information, I've got login here. Don't think I need to do that. And then it's got adult. It's got my details here: title, first name, family name, um, and date of birth.
So what do you think is happening on this screen? What is this for?
This looks like the end of the booking. Like I didn't see anything about seat selection, so um, maybe I'll just quickly type in here. Um,
Yes, so it was important that you sat together. So
yeah,
is that or is that going to happen?
I don't know. So gender, everything. Add redress number. I don't know what that is. Add special assistance. No. Add frequent flyer number. I don't have a frequent flyer number, but it seems to have generated one here. And I can't get rid of it. No. I
Okay, what happened there? What did you try to do?
tried to get rid of the tick, but it didn't work. So it seems to have just decided it's going to add a frequent flyer number to me, an Aer Lingus Air Club, but the frequent flyer is grayed out. I don't understand this.
Okay. I
I don't
think
understand.
we've gone through the flight process, and I
Okay.
think it was established what we need to do in both airport destinations and flight prices. So that was great. And we don't know about the seat selection yet. It looks like we need to fill out more personal information before we get that information.
Hmm.
We might draw a line onto that for now
Okay.
and bring you over to the Delta site.
Okay.
So just do a refresh on that in case it's been idle for too long, which can happen. And just to do a little recap on what we want you to do. So it is to check the prices for a return flight from Dublin to New York, ensure you arrive by December 30th and stay until January 2nd at the earliest, maximum 5 nights. You want to sit beside your partner, two of you are travelling, and see if there's an extra cost for a checked in bag, just one checked in bag.
Okay. So on the Delta site, they have this lovely ad for a new Airbus A350.
Oh,
And instantly I'm distracted because She looks so comfortable, this lady lying on her lovely bed in the Airbus. Um, so it's like, be the first to experience a new level of luxury, book today. So I'm instantly just like, what? Screw New York. I want to go where this thing goes.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll go back to so Dublin is pre-populated for me here, so that's nice. And there's a big two, and it's very small writing underneath your destination. So I'm gonna click on the two, and it just gives me a search field, which I like. So there's no text, there's no options, there's just search. So I'm gonna type in New York. Um, Now I've got New York area airports. Just type in the full of New York. Okay. So I'm not sure, is this going to give me all of these airports? Because there's a lot of New Yorks there.
Mm.
Whereas on Aer Lingus, they gave me New York City. Um,
Mm.
so what I might do is I might check New York area airports and see what it gives me. I kind of feel like it's going to give me all of them, but maybe not. We'll see. And yeah, round trip is already pre-populated, so that's cool. So I've got a depart and return, and then I have the little calendar here. So I'm wondering if I click on depart. Okay, so I think what happened there, it doesn't matter where I click, it's going to bring me the calendar. I thought maybe if by clicking on depart I could type in the depart, but it just seems to be all.
Is that what you would have liked to do? Or would you just
No, I
like the
think I
option?
think like with a calendar, I always prefer to pick it, like have a date picker.
Okay.
Um, so I'm gonna go 30th to the 2nd. So yes, I just to remember it was 2048 euro was my Aer Lingus, and it was the 30th to the 2nd, wasn't it? Yeah. So I've got here, so I've picked 30th, and that's nice. The kind of just to emphasize red and then the red. So these are the dates I've picked.
Hmm.
The 19th is circled to indicate today, in case I forgot, which is always handy. And they've got flexible dates down here, a little checkbox. So I'm going to select this in the hopes that it'll give me the best price. Um, so that's great. I'm going to click done.
Okay.
The writing is a bit small here, I think, but okay.
Got it
Okay.
in now.
Okay. So it brought me out of the calendar, and I have to select the passengers.
You seem to maybe hesitate there for a moment.
Yeah, I kind of thought that the way it was going with the flexible dates, I thought maybe it would bring me straight through, but I forgot about the passenger. So I think that's just me anticipating things that aren't happening. Um, so I've selected the two passengers. There's an advanced search here option. I don't need it. Um, yeah, show price in money miles. I don't have any frequent flyers, so that's not really applicable to me. Meeting code. I'm gonna close that down. I don't feel that's applicable to me, and I'm gonna click the arrow um, and see what happens. And it's loading. Uh, so it's giving me. I don't know if this seems to be while it's loading. Oh yeah, there was a little ad there. So that's fine. If it was think free messaging in the air, I think it was something to do with Wi-Fi maybe. Um,
Did you have time to absorb that message?
Not really. Um, which is good in a way because it's kind of it's quickly bringing me to where I want to go. So I'd
Yeah.
prefer that it's quicker rather than giving me the time to read it.
Hmm.
Um, so I've got here flexible dates, Dublin to NYC. Um, I'm finding this kind of writing here very small. Show price in. It's defaulted to euro, which is good. Um, Miles again not applicable to me because I'm not a frequent flyer. It's giving me the dates and the round trip, and there's flexible days. So then I'm just going to scroll down a
What are
bit.
you feeling from this?
Um, I'm feeling initially it could be a bit confusing to try and work out because it seems to be kind of a like a grid thing. So if I go over and down, I can find
Okay.
my flights. I'm just going to scroll down so I can see it in its entirety. So it has here on the side depart. So they're all going up here. And that's a bit confusing because here it's okay, it's going down. Okay, so it's going down here. So it's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31st, first, second. So it's going down and then it's going over. So it has pre kind of selected my going out on the Sunday and coming back on the Wednesday. And that price is €708 13.
Hmm. Now, do we know we were looking at airports?
Yeah, I don't, it's not really clear to me. Like if I click on this, I've got the free messaging in the air. So it's staying connected with free in-flight messaging. So it's the same message. So I guess you get you get more time to read it when you see it multiple times. Um, so this is my 708.13 and I see it's to JFK. So it seems I have to come out of the calendar to see where it's going to. Um, so it's a bit annoying because well I'm going to see like I'm going to my natural instinct is to use the back button, see if I can get back there because I don't see an option to go back. So I'm going to
Hmm.
rely on the back button.
So you want to browse that grid again, is it?
Yeah, because I'm not sure. Okay, it's €708, but I think maybe I can do better.
Sure.
But I had to go here to find out which airport it was.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back and hope that it brings me back to the calendar and not back to the very start homepage. So I click back and nothing happened. So I'm just going to click it again. Okay. And I've got a different ad, the future of flying. Okay. So it has brought me back to the calendar, which is good. Um, so what's interesting is that it's giving me the lowest fare option. Now it doesn't help me because the lowest fare seems to be going out on the 27th and back on the 30th,
Hmm.
or out on the 27th and back on the 31st. So that's no good to me. Um, but here I can see which would be the cheapest, which is good. It just seems to be taking a bit more effort, and also I don't know where I'm going to end up.
Could you just spend a moment to see, is there any hints on this page? Is there any way, without having to go forward and back, to see where we're going, what the destination is?
So I'm trying to hover here to see if it'll bring something up.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is there any summary on your search that may have updated or?
so it's just saying Dublin to NYC. Um,
And I'm not indicating that there is, but just to see.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't see, to be
And
honest.
what do you think about that? Or how do you feel now looking at this grid and your prices, considering at the start the input where you were a bit unsure about what to put in for your airport
Hmm.
destination?
Yeah, I'm feeling it's a bit of extra work I need to do. Um, I think, why can't they just say, 708.13 nonstop and then a little JFK? Like there's room in the tile, and that way I'd be able to see, oh, this is JFK, this is Newark, this is. So I'm feeling it's a bit of extra work on my part.
Okay.
Um, but I'm going to try and find, the cheapest option, which seems to be going out on the Saturday and coming back. Like I don't want to come back on New Year's Day,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe this one, coming back on the Wednesday.
Mhm.
So going out on the Saturday and back on the Wednesday. So I'm just going to click on this and see which airport it is. And the same ad showed up previously, the future of flying. So this is JFK. So I'm happy with that.
Mhm.
I'm just going to scroll down because I just like to see. Oh, okay. So there's more options. Quite a lot of options. This is a bit confusing to me because oh, I see what's happening here. This one is non-stop, but then it's giving me if I want to go via Charles de Gaulle, um,
For more money or
which
less
seem
money?
for more money. Um, so I don't want to do that. Um, yeah, these are all longer flights. This is the only non-stop. I guess it says non-stop here, so I'm just going to double check, but I think that's the only non-stop. Yeah, uh, yeah. I don't think I need to go any further really.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm at the bottom. So, um, yeah, I guess maybe there was an option. I don't know. Did I see it for? I could have picked non-stop option,
Hmm.
which would eliminate all these guys, which would be good. Um, it just wasn't very clear to me previously.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you have any thoughts on, you selected your 465 price. Any thoughts on being shown all of these um, longer, more expensive flights as well? On if that's beneficial or what do you think about that?
um, well, I'd always like to go direct because I'm not mad about flying, so I'd always be looking for non-stop. Um, and interestingly, it looks like these more expensive flights, they have they're all sold out with their cheapest option, which is interesting. Um, so if I go back to just my non-stop option, I've got basic, and then it's in brackets E. So I guess E is economy.
Hmm.
I don't know. Then it's got main brackets T. I'm not quite sure what the T stands for. Comfort plus W. Don't know what that means. Premium select not offered, and then Delta One, which looks like a bed. So maybe that's the lovely bed I saw.
So if we look at the things that are important to you for this flight as well, you've focused in on the dates and the maximum nights. What else was important there? We wanted one checked bag and to sit together, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for the like. It's not very obvious what's different here between the two, but I'm just gonna go for the cheapest. So um, that's what I'd go for anyway. So okay. So basically, then after I click on the basic economy, it's telling me what the differences are.
Okay.
So basic economy, I can bring carry-on and personal item. Seat assigned after check-in. So chances are there's a chance we might not be able to sit together, maybe. And then there's no ticket changes or upgrades. And then for an extra €80, you can check the first bag free. Bring the carry-on and personal item. Select available seats, including seats together, ticket changes or upgrades, and earlier access to overhead bin space. Um, I suppose it doesn't really say carry on and personal items. So I know with Aer Lingus I had the 23Ks. Um, so that's an extra, it's going to be an extra €160 each, which is quite a big jump. Um, but I'd have liked it to say what the carry on amount is.
Yeah.
Um, like I guess it's 10K. Um, so also this, okay, so reviewing my choice, the basic economy is selected, but oh, I, I don't know how you would select main cabin because I'm clicking on it and nothing's happening.
Okay.
Okay, because there's a move to main cabin. Okay, sorry. So now I get it. So there's a move to main cabin, and then down here in tiny, it's continue with basic economy, except restrictions, which sounds a bit harsh. Um,
What do you mean by that?
I mean that rather they could just say no thanks, continue with basic economy, but they're choosing to say accept restrictions, continue with basic economy.
Mm.
So it seems it's a bit, I won't say rude, but you know, I'm not mad about that language used,
Okay.
but I am going to accept the restrictions. And now I can see the continue with basic economy is blue. So basically, I have to select that accept restrictions in order to get the option to move on.
Right.
So I don't really like that.
What don't you like about that?
I don't like the fact that it was grayed out, as in I selected this, and then it's giving me the option to upsell. That's fine,
Mm.
but I selected first. I want to go this basic economy.
So it's kind of taking you away from something you've already
Yeah,
selected.
and it's also saying accept restrictions. So it's kind of the tone. I know it's computer, so there's no tone. But I'm not. I think it would be. It could have just said no thanks. Proceed with
Right.
what I chose. You know, I don't like the accept restrictions.
Yeah.
So here I've got my selected outbound flight, Saturday, December 29th. It seems to say select return flight. Okay, it's saying select return flight, which I've already done. It's a bit confusing. I would have preferred to see selected return flight there because I've already selected it. I think so. Okay, sorry, no. I've only selected the outbound flight and now it's asked me to select the return flight. Okay.
But you were under the impression you kind of felt like you'd already done that stage.
Yeah, I thought I had because the price, because I had the down, depart and return, I thought it was the same
Yeah, that you were
booking.
selecting the
Yeah,
whole package.
but I haven't. So again, it has all these non-stop ones, so I'm going to ignore them. An interesting thing coming back, it just has two options here, basic and main. So it's taken away the more expensive ones. So I'm not sure is that because they're not available or it's seen that I've gone for basic and streamlined it slightly because it knows I'm hardly going to go for business or whatever the other options were.
Okay.
Um,
And do you have a what? What do you think about
yeah, I
that?
kind of like that. I kind of like the way it's narrowed it down.
Mm.
Um, so again, I have the basic and the main. Okay, sorry, I didn't notice it before. You could click on basic. Oh no, can you? No, you can't. Oh, okay. So I didn't notice this before, but these are the differences between the basic economy and the main cabin. A higher standard in main cabin, and your preferred seats may be selected for a small fee. So that's a bit confusing. Like, is it not? Do I have to select a small fee on top of the extra bit?
Mm.
Or is that extra €80 what they consider a small fee? Because
Mm.
it's not what I would consider a small fee. Um, okay, so I'm scrolling down here. I'm not really pushed about the onboard experiences. I'm just kind of interested in the cabin baggage, but I suppose they're just showing me what I could have in the more expensive option. So here we go with their restrictions again. So experience restrictions. Carry-on bag complimentary. Overhead bin space may be limited, so carry-on bag may be gate checked for free. Okay, so I might not be able to bring the bag on with me. Seat assigned after check-in. Okay, and ticket changes or upgrades not allowed. So it's just kind of a more in-depth explanation, I suppose,
And around
between the two.
seats being checked, could be checked afterwards. I mean, is that an option for you? Do you,
Yeah, I
you said
suppose
you
it's
weren't
it's
sure.
it's not clear to me. Will we be able to sit together because it's after check-in, and I don't know when check-in is. Is check-in, 30 hours beforehand, or some places don't let you check in until quite close before the flight time. So, um, but again, I'm trying to get the cheapest option, and I don't think an extra €160 just on seats is, well, we've got seats and baggage, I suppose. Um, yeah, I'm still gonna go back to economy. Oh, okay, so actually to get out of here, I want to get out. And I'm hoping this will bring me back to the page I was on. So I'm just going to click close. It's not happening.
That might be just related to our setup here now today. So could you just click off to the right?
Yep.
There we
Okay. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to go with basic and see if there's an option to add on the luggage or the seats. But I kind of feel there won't be. Okay, so I've got here my information, price per passenger, taxes, fees and charges, total per passenger. So is this return 465.13? It seems to indicate that. Um, and again, they've got the restrictions here again. Oh yeah, sorry. So down here, total price, two passengers, €930, which is significantly cheaper than Aer Lingus. But Aer Lingus have the cabin bag. So I guess in this situation, I could upgrade to main cabin, and then I could select my seats. So in this situation, I am going to upgrade because it's a lot cheaper. So that's brought it up to 1,090. So it's still much cheaper than Aer Lingus. So I'm happy with that. And I'm going to continue. And okay, so now, and then it's brought me to where I'd fill out the details. So this is as far as I got with Aer Lingus.
Hmm. So we'll just wrap up in a moment. If you
Yep.
could just have a little look about what you feel this is going to be taking you through on this screen if you were to continue. What's the purpose or what's next on this page?
It looks to be that I would put in my name and my partner's name and um, gender, date of birth. Um, yeah, it looks pretty straightforward. Um, yeah, I think pretty straightforward. I'd imagine after this, the next screen I'd see would be a payment screen.
Okay.
Um,
And can you see your flight information on this page?
no, so I just assume that it's what I wanted.
Okay. And any concerns with moving on with this page? You were ready to just get stuck in. You would just keep filling, um, see what's next.
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Like I'm happy now that I know I have my seats together, um, and we've got luggage. We've got a bag. I suppose I don't know exactly what the luggage was. Like with Aer Lingus, it told me 23 kilograms.
Mm.
I didn't see anything here. No, maybe that was me. Maybe I missed it.
Did you get checked in bagged? Was it
Yeah, it was upgrade, and with the upgrade, you got seat selection and a bag.
both of you then?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's good.
That's great. Well, Aideen, you've certainly covered off the tasks that we were looking to go through today, so we can wrap up on that.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
you're very welcome.
Great feedback there. Thanks a million for your time.
Thanks.